I'm representing here Archa, which is actually, I'm a fundraiser, so I'm a plan B. Honestly, help should be here, but okay, I'll try to take care of it. This is Archa. This is how it looks when it's full. We should talk about marginalized groups, but in my point of view, I hope Ondřej will agree with my interpretation. We are working with majority. We are working for majority. We are in Czech Republic. We have a slightly different view of what minority, what normality is, because we are a homogenic country. The socialist regime closed us in our borders, and we are not used to refugees. We are not used to see handicapped dancers on the floor. So we are not used to see many things, and for us it's something new, for our audience, for the majorities, something new. So we working with minorities, but the target group is majority. We started in '94 as a production house, which we are still a production house. This is some of the big names that was present there. In 2005, actually, that was the year that I joined the gang. We started to focus on a project that we call now documentary theater. We wanted to give the voice to people that are not heard, and introduce them to the majority, how it is. The refugees, for the Czech people, I will show you just images to have some. We were working in the refugee camp. We didn't have any incomers. We were used to leave the country. There were 5,000 people average every year escaping from the Czech Republic west. But we were not used to receiving immigrants. Now it's changed. It's changed twice. In 2005, we still have running refugee camps because there were people coming to Czech Republic asking for asylum. We try to introduce them as people that bring something new, something that we need, some cultural values, some things that can enrich our society. Since then, it's actually changed because we are not a bordering country, so we are not of the EU. We are not receiving any immigrants, and the attitude of the politics or politicians in Czech Republic is that we don't want any immigrants or refugees to stay in the country, which is a shame on us, of course. So we made a project in a refugees camp that we would like to introduce the village that it's next to it, that the people living in the refugee camps are just people with their life stories, their dreams, and they wants, and we actually brought the audience from Prague to see the performance. We always work with artists and with the professionals of life, so with the ordinary people that we combine, and actually the artists help the ordinary people to tell their stories, their personal stories that can be understood from the majority, you know, that they are still normal people. We are not focused only on let's say, migrants, refugees. We are also focused on the people of Czech that passed some transition period. So we see that we realized that some of the population couldn't see the 89 or 68, the biggest years of our history, as a winning point. You know, some part of the society lose. You know, they stable jobs, they secure jobs, they safety, and they was given by freedom. But not everybody wanted freedom. So we cooperate with politicians, with young people to introduce them, what are we doing, what was it, to let the voice heard from the both sides, to actually build our history, because the history was done by the communist regime. So we actually made the 68 misunderstanding 68-89 project that brought to the stage young people and politicians. Jacques Rupnik, Václav Havel was there, to open up topics that are somewhere hidden under the carpet in the Czech society, which not existing. There's another of our main project, Dance Through the Fence. It was again combination of asylum seekers and artists telling their own stories, how they came, what can they do. We have more immigrants. The guy on the right is Swiss guy. The guy on the left is Armenian. Is he Armenian? What is strange in Czech Republic, we have more immigrants from the Western countries than from the Eastern countries. There are actually more Americans live in Czech Republic than most of the Western European immigrates to Czech Republic than not so many numbers that people leave Czech Republic. So we are of course in the group of Polish here in England. Everybody on the east are from Poland. We are proud of it. And also it was about telling their stories about the fence that are built in the refugee camps and in borders. So it's all, everything is about, giving the voice to somebody who's marginalized. But the target group is to develop the audience, in a sense to give the audience more information, not only as I heard today, to get more audience in. So we understood the audience development something a little bit different. We would like to develop our audience, to give them some information that they couldn't receive or the audience couldn't receive before. We are introducing, here is the project about our Chinese colleague that she won actually a dance and sing contest in China. Then she moved to Czech Republic. So we actually shared some of our history, but still we are privileged that we transformed after the revolution into a democratic, free country, and we are obliged to help those that are not that privileged as we are. See the communist past from outside. The other thing is the marginalized group is handicapped people that was hidden during the communist time. The handicapped people doesn't exist. You couldn't meet anybody handicapped on the streets. They were hidden in some institutions. To imagine a handicapped dancer was something just impossible. You couldn't see anything like this. It's people didn't want to see that actually, because they want to live their normal lives. We want to put the borders of normality somewhere else. Therefore, we did project with marginalized groups, as we call them. This is our last, one of the last performances that we left Prague, and we went to a small city, small town, where is a camp for migrants, when it's a numbers of Roma people, a huge group of Roma people, and locals. There were 3 groups that never communicate to each other. They are completely separate. So we were trying to build some bridges among them. we were sitting in the square, main square, and asking for their stories to build something that can be presented. We actually open up a tobacco where we exchange cigarettes for stories. You know, we sell cigarettes for stories. And then we interviewed them in Prague, then we brought them in Prague and put them on stage, and they were really like happy to live their normal lives, to show them that they are respected people, that they belong to the society. So we always work with our main group of artists, which are partly Czech, partly they are foreigners, partly they are refugees, partly they are immigrants. We also settled down an all-star refugee band, which are asylum seekers from actually old days, because there are nearly no asylum seekers in Czech Republic. We only received like 80 immigrants from Iraq. And in the same time, there was more than 300 demonstrations about immigration. So per capita, we are winning. You know, we have like 5 demonstrations per capita. Most of them left for Germany. Some of them returned to Iraq. None of them stays. We'll just. After some of the project, we settled down a festival that are dedicated to this documentary theater. We want to actually open this topic in Czech culture scene. You know, that it's something that it's needed, that it's also a duty, that it's a responsibility of culture to name things, because we have the tools to bring that up and we collaborate with many other groups that are dealing with the same topics or similar topics around the world. This is one of the projects from Theatron that we actually try to, and it was shown in Settlers' Wells, adapted in Settlers' Wells, that we cooperated with Campo and Headkeep about football fans. This is a group that it's very hard to reach. It's very hard to bring football fans into the theater. And we were trying to find out some ways how to do that. So it was opera about football fans. So we actually have a full theater of football fans, which was something absolutely new for us and maybe for many others. And most of them never came back again. But at least they passed some, you know, they've been to the theater, you know, they are happy, they are proud of that. So Sparta fans, usually the bad guys, that do riots. We also asking us always in the beginning and during the project, whose story are we telling? You know, we are not telling our stories, and we don't want to share our stories. We are telling the stories that are, you know, interesting, stories of ordinary people, that they are living their lives. And who is our audience? Our audience is the majority. We need not only to highlight some topics or include the minority. Of course, we need to, but we are still focused somehow on the majority. The majority is very homogenic, conservative, and to open the society to at least Europe takes time. And who are our partners? Everybody. You are our partners in this case, but our partners is everybody who has something to say. We want, as we see now, the majority is somehow minorized. You know, in UK, you know, the majority actually vote for leaving. In the US, the majority vote for Donald Trump. You know, we are maybe focusing to minorities, but we need to focus also on majority, because, you know, they are not listening. They are probably not part of the society as we think they are. And this is it. Oh. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you.